Hi everybody, my name is Amy and this is our awesome demonstrator Charles tonight. Welcome to Pure Yin at Gratitude Yoga. And if you have a towel next to you, what you can do is you can roll it up, and I want you to come onto your back and lie completely flat on the earth. Just lie completely down on your mat. I can see that this is going to be very entertaining for you. And here, what I want you to do is, I know everybody, we're going through just some really traumatic times right now. You might feel just angry or sad or depressed or even oppressed. And just sort of let that go. Instead, focus around your lower belly and just begin to notice the rise and fall of your breath. And even begin to notice how long you are inhaling and how long you're exhaling. And see if you can match your exhales to your inhale. It's really just a natural breath. You're not trying to change your breath at all. And exactly what you came in with is exactly what you're going to practice with today. Allow your shoulders to just relax into the earth. Allow your buttocks to just become loose, sort of like jelly, and just be on the earth. And allow your ankles and your calves to just sink down. Allow your palms to open. Allow the muscles in your face, right around your eyes, to just totally relax. And even allow your tongue to just drop away from the roof of your mouth. And just breathe. And yoga is really not a workout. It's really a work in, especially yin. It's not so much this battle of control and surrender. Yin is surrendering. As your central nervous system is coming down, and just go ahead and just bring your arms overhead your body, and stretch your body nice and long. Maybe even pointing your toes. And as you're stretching your body, I want you to go ahead and we're going to move into banana asana. Moving your arms and your feet a little bit to the right part of your room. So you're making like a C curve. You can see that with Charles. Charles, do you think I can uncharge this?
Yeah, just make sure you plug it in at some point because the battery just burned. A lot of high definition, y'all, that absorbed into that bandwidth.
You can just sort of
Do I look like a banana, everybody?
see the curve. Yeah, nice. And you can even take your left foot at this point and go ahead and place it over your right ankle. So I think I like this from this shape. And as you're resting in this shape, I just want you to just think about what the word strength means to you. What does strength mean to you? And imagine a time in your life when you just didn't know if you were going to make it. You didn't know if you could kick that habit, or if you could get through that bad divorce, or get over the fact that you lost your job. But you somehow reached really inside yourself and you found this incredible strength. And you did it. And remember how you felt when you did it. Remember how you felt so proud and so good, and you felt centered and confident. See if you can just go back to that feeling and feel it right here, right now. And now that you've just been here for just a minute or two, I want you to see if you can take this shape even a little deeper. That means, what I mean by deeper is just a little bit more sort of tilted towards the right side. Can you guys see, Charles? I can't. There. Sort of hard to see. Let me see if I take back. Yes, that's better. There we go. All you could see was the side. Perfect. Okay. And now that you've just been here for just a few minutes, continue the breathing, because if you don't breathe, you won't be alive. And just move all the way back to the center, all the way back. Move your body, your legs, all the way back to the center, and just sit with a stillness for just a minute. Something beautiful happens when you just lie and explore the stillness. And then when you are ready, you're going to move this special shape, this banana shape, lifting your arms over your head, and go ahead and move now towards your left side. Banana asana to the left, curving to the left. You may hold your arms overhead like Charles has here, or maybe you won't. But really important that you really try to rest your elbows and your arms on the ground, okay? Because this is yin. So in yin, you're not gripping. You're not gripping. You're not holding. You're breathing and you're surrendering and you're letting things go. So you don't have to worry about achieving. See, yin is not easy, but it's very simple. Just as Charles has here, you can cross your leg. And let your breath soothe you here. Let your breath go to the places in your body that really need the breath to go inside, and allow your prana, your chi, your life force to begin to move and free up these negative energies and blockages that you have. Allow that stuff to just go. Allow that crap just to release. So good to see you guys. Andrea, Roman, Michael, thank you for being here. Really appreciate you guys. And when you're ready, go ahead and make your way back to the center place, the center position. And breathe. Continue always to breathe. And go ahead and when you're ready, bring your knees into your chest. Rolling your back onto the nape of your neck and then onto the soles of your feet. Just a little bit rolling forward and backward and maybe a little side to side. And eventually, what you're going to do is you're going to make your way onto your hands and your knees. You're going to make your way onto your hands and your knees. And allow yourself to come into, we call this shape melting heart. Melting heart is like a child's pose, but your buttock stays up. It's actually easier on your knees. So you can't really see, Charles.
You're going to back up.
Back up?
Yep. And then aim it a little more. Yep, there it is.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So here you can see Charles in child's pose. Will you go into child's pose 1 second, Charles?
Mm-hmm. Just try to stay away from it.
You actually bring your buttocks all the way down. But in melting heart, here your buttocks actually comes up, so it's a lot easier on your knees. But this is an opening of your heart and your back. And you're actually going to rest your forehead onto the ground here. And as my friend Charles always says, the third eye, your center for intuition here, go ahead and massage it, stimulate it. Allow your hands to just rest onto the earth. Relieving all the tension in your fingers and your forearms, even your toes. Hey April, hey Matthew, how are you guys? Katerina! Coming back to your breath. And when you don't think that you have the strength, imagine that you were just a little girl and you were in the airport and you had to carry your own suitcase. Nobody's going to carry it for you. You have to do it yourself. Continuing to breathe here. Just 5 more breaths. These are these natural breaths that you're just observing. You're not trying to change them at all or judge yourself. You're just staying with the breath, surrendering, going inside. And when you're ready, you're going to make your way all the way onto your tummy, coming flat onto the earth. Spreading out, going all the way onto the earth. Yes, good, Charles. Just as you rest here, we're still going to open up our back, since especially where most of us are in our houses now, we're not getting enough physical activity. That's why we are holding these classes online for you. And so we want to open the back, open the heart, and we're going to come into this sort of little baby back bend pose. We call this Sphinx. You bring your arms out in front of you. They're about elbow width apart. And then you lift the crown of your head up. Look at Charles. You can lift the crown of your head up, relaxing your shoulders though. You want to relax your shoulders. Now, if this is too easy for you, you can bend your knees. And by bending your knees, you feel more of an emphasis in your lower back. And then imagine a string at the top of your head, lifting your head all the way up to someplace really special up there. But if you feel like maybe you don't need this stretch in your back so much and you want it in your neck, you can allow your chin to drop to your chest. Your choice. And you stay with it. Hi, Rachel. Missy, how are you? So you have these three sort of tenets of the yin practice. And the first is when you move into one of these shapes, what you do is you have to find a little bit of an edge with your body, okay? It should not be relaxing. This is not a restorative practice. It's not restorative yoga, it's yin, okay? It's really sort of more active but relaxing at the same time. So you find an edge where your body, where you feel this, and this is where you stretch the fascia all the way back out again. But only if you find an edge. And we find this through the physical asana, through the physical pose, asana. Sit with it. Now from here, you're going to make your way back onto all fours. Remember that tabletop that we did before. You're going to come onto your knees and onto your hands. We're just making this sort of a little transition pose because you're going to sit all the way down on your bum, bringing your legs out in front of you. Yes, out in front of you. We're going to come into a wide angle straddle, Now, we're going to be here just for a little while, okay, guys? You're just going to have to breathe with it. You're going to have to breathe with it. And you can use blocks. You can even just stay in this particular shape and bend your knees just a little bit, okay? And just stay right here, dropping your chin to your chest. That is absolutely cool. If you do have more though, if you feel like you can stretch further, then go ahead and place your fingers out in front of you onto the earth. Yes, exactly what Charles is doing is perfect. You can sort of like reach behind and sort of feel your cheeks, open your cheeks a little bit. This makes it a little bit more comfortable for you. Sort of rotating the cheeks out and up. And then you can bring your arms, notice how he's doing it very slowly, this is perfect, out in front of you. Slowly, carefully. Hi, how are you, Linda? Thank you, guys. Relax your shoulders in this shape. Sometimes people have agitation. They want to get out of this shape. They begin to feel agitated. And remember, agitation is just one of the enemies of growth. You find this edge. And now, the second tenet, you sit with it. You are still. Your stillness is not just in your body. It's first in your body. And how do you find the stillness? Through the breath. It's always, always, always the breath. through the inhale, through the exhale, the rise, the fall, the letting go. Just when you think you couldn't do it, you remain still. First through the body, then through your breath. And then eventually, this helps still your mind. Maybe you won't be as angry, as sad, as uncertain. Because you'll go inside. And just like a river that is so soft, the river is so soft. How does it wear all these nooks and crannies and valleys in the rocks? Through persistence, through strength, through tenacity. It's soft. And here is where you can rise up.
You're broken down and tired of living life on the merry-go-round. And you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. Ooh, mountains, we gon' walk it out.
You only have 20 more minutes in this shape. Rise up. That's us, people. We're going to rise up. I know, guys, just a few more breaths, okay? Just a few more breaths here before you rise your bodies up. Rise your minds up first. All right, as slowly as you can, slower than you think, make your way up, up to a neutral shape here. Notice how your body feels, how much length you have back into your body now. Aren't you glad you made time to come tonight? Woo! I know you want to cross your feet and shake out, but resist the urge to shake out here. You bring your feet slowly, your legs together. You're going to cross eventually, your feet coming into this. Stay here for a second, but we are going to go from here into some hip openers. We call this a shoelace. Relax your shoulders. Relax your fingers. Maybe in this shape, just go ahead and sit in an easy pose. Cross your feet. Just take a break for a second. Cross your legs, bending your knees. Go ahead and bend your knees. Yes, just sort of like a crisscross position with your feet. And then go ahead and drop your head down to one side of your shoulders, your neck. And just very slowly move your head all the way around. all the way around. Breathing, inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. Now when you're ready, when you've done one neck circle, one direction, and then the other direction, go ahead and bring, for Charles, his left foot is going to come up close by his right knee. And we're going to do a hip opener here. A hip opener. You may literally have to bend your knee. You may have to bend your knee like this, and that is okay. You don't have to go like this. Just see how your knees feel. Just stay here. And that time that you just didn't think that you could make it, and you did. I mean, that's what made America great, right? All the people, they would cross over the plains and they didn't even know what they were walking into. They didn't have medicine. They didn't have places to live. They lived in wagons, and they just went all across the whole country, and they didn't know what was coming at them, just like we don't know what's coming at us. But we got this. And here's your time to relax here and get to know yourself. And while you're in this shape, relax that left hip. Relax the shoulders. Unclench your jaw. Literally will your body to relax into these shapes, because your body wants to protect you, so it doesn't really want you to stretch. It wants you to grip. It wants that gripping. Because it's scared. Are you going to hurt me? Are you going to go too far here? And so you breathe. And you take a chance. And you let go. We have the edge. And then we have the stillness. First through the body and then the breath. We use the breath and our mind. And just notice what you're thinking and what you're feeling, and you're a sensation seeker. That's what you are in Yin. You are seeking the sensation of the body. And go back to your inhaling and exhaling, matching those breaths. And see, when you have this towel by you, but maybe you don't have blocks at home, like Charles is putting these blocks here. That's why I wanted you to have a towel by you so that you could roll it up and put it in places in your body that you feel like you need that. Hi Kelly, welcome. Now from here, in this shape, you're going to make your way back out to a neutral position, okay?
Make
Yeah, I can see that. I think that's about right. Nice. Now from here, you're going to go ahead and work your way into the other side, okay? Again, each side will be different. Hey Jess. Arena, how are you? Each side will be different. One hip is definitely going to be harder for you than the other side. Just notice that, like that's just sort of natural. And when you're even in the grocery store, because I'm sure you guys go to the grocery store, it's the only place you can go now, and you always stand like this, you might want to stand like this. You actually stand opposite, or when you're brushing your teeth at night, and you like lean on one side, lean on the other side. This is just what we have to work on so that our body doesn't get into these patterns. And you feel them when you're in these shapes. I remember the first time that I took a yin class during my yoga teacher training. I never took yin classes. I didn't have time for them because I really liked doing vinyasa. And I have to tell you, I hated it. I was like so pissed off. And we had to hold these positions for like 8 or 10 minutes. And after about 8 or 9 minutes, I was like, you know, this sucks. I mean, this really, and you really get in touch with your feelings. And so many times I see people in class, they're crying. So work inside you. I know you want to get out of the shapes, but the stretching of the fascia back to its original shape happens from this very intelligent, disciplined practice, where you must hold the shapes. Patricia, how are you? I know you don't want to hold them, but you need to hold them. And even here, you relax your chest. Don't hold yourself up. Just de-grip. Sort of soften into the edge. That's what you do. You soften into the edge of the shape. And then something happens, like literally physically with your body, like it's holding and it's holding and it's holding, and then all of a sudden, and your body allows you to stretch. And what you're stretching are these ligaments and these joints and this is how you can help balance what we do in our vinyasa practice, the yang and the yin. Such a balance. You guys, I'm sure you've heard of like the many scientific studies. UCLA came out with a study recently saying if you practice yoga 3 times per week, that it reduces anxiety and depression. And it reduces, I mean, it helps a lot of things, but I just mention that now because I see a lot of posts on Facebook and things like that, so it must be true, of course, is people are very anxious. They just don't know what's ahead of them, and when you go inside and you focus on your breath, it really does help you. I know it helps me. And see how Charles is using these blocks, which is perfect to really just totally de-grip here.
And if you can't tell, because it might be hard to see, but it's very, very intense.
Yeah, it's
very intense right now.
Yeah, this is not like restorative. This is like, it's very uncomfortable. You are actually having your body and your mind get used to being uncomfortable. You're not looking for pain, you're looking for discomfort because life is not comfortable. So if you could get used to the discomfort right here on the mat, then you can get used to it out there. You can take yoga off the mat and into your life. Do you feel it? Do you feel the love beginning to really swell up in yourself? Inside. Now, you got it. Now very slowly make your way out of this shape. As slow as you possibly can. See, you pressurize the blood in this one area of your body, and as you release it, then it sends the energy through these 72,000, I don't know how they measured that, nadis, energy channels in your body. And so you want the prana to flow. So you let it out slowly. Look how slow Charles is doing this. It's really good. Really, really good. And then you just hang with it. It's like, whoa, when you come out of it, it's wow. You have to hold these shapes for at least 3 minutes, they say. And just take a few breaths here to do whatever calls to your body. You guys are doing great at home. Good job. Good job. Thank you for joining me. I know, it's so hard for you to be slow, isn't it, Roman? Roman really doesn't like yin yoga. He really, really doesn't like it. It's so hard for Roman. Hey, Autumn, how are you? Now, guys, from here, what we're going to do is we're going to eventually make your way onto your back again. Okay, all the way flat on your back. Beautiful. Just center yourself with your inhales and exhales again. We're going to do supine twists. So you can bend your knees. Here, bend your knees, placing the soles of the feet on the ground. And go ahead and you can even, just for a second here, just for fun, we're going to do a little bridge. So you place your hands on the ground, sort of next to your body, and push into the ground, into the soles of your feet, and lift your hips high. So we're going to just hold this just for a breath or two. Just a little bit higher, opening up your back just a little bit, and then eventually making your way all the way back down with your bum, keeping your knees bent, bringing your hips over to the left side of the room just a little bit, because you're going to bend your knees as Charles is doing all the way to the right here. Beautiful. Yes. What is the question? The answer is yes. You have the strength to do this, guys. We have the strength together. Notice how Charles is straightening this leg, and this is just a really good way to do this. I don't like this. I'm gonna. No, there it is again. Okay. Sorry, you guys. I thought it went off. This is my first time teaching remotely here, so thank you for your patience with me.
You're doing great. Try to keep it in one spot with less. That'll just make it so less things can
Okay.
go wrong with it.
So here, I wanted to show you, because it wasn't really a good place for you to see Charles before. Oh, he's straightening that top leg, and you can obviously do this. Now, he's working his lumbar spine and his thoracic spine. Now, to engage the cervical spine, he can turn his head opposite of his legs. So he turns it to his left, and now he's engaging all three parts of his spine. Awesome. Natalie. Andrea says you're doing a great job, Charles.
Feels great.
So de-gripping, finding an edge, finding a place where your body finds discomfort. We're trying to get used to being uncomfortable. Well, we certainly will get experts at that when this whole thing is over. Number 2, finding the stillness. You are so still. You are as still as a great mountain, a beautiful, still lake. That's how you want your mind to be. And your breath is just coming in and coming out. And you have this beautiful, flat, still lake. And then the third tenet. The third tenet. Can you guys hear me? Somebody answer me. Roman, can you hear me?
They can definitely hear you.
Well, there's volume and it says that it's...
Because you've got the camera all the way down, and the thing that's pinching it, Amy, is squeezing the volume button on the side.
Okay, thank you, Roman.
You've got to lift it up so that the volume's not hindered. But if it doesn't affect anything, yeah. Did you switch it to the other direction now?
Yes. Okay, Roman.
So
Okay.
you switched it so it's aiming back now. You see that?
Okay.
How did you do that? You press the flip button on the camera. Hold on a second. Which is this. You hit that button, and then we're just gonna lift this up so that the volume isn't there in your way. There you go.
I love Charles.
That's why I'm here.
So now you guys are going to come out of this shape just like Charles did, but you're not going to stand up. And you're going to come over to the other side, please. Okay? Other side. So you hold, now you have the stillness. And then there's the third most important thing is that you hold this for time. Well, they're actually all important, right? You have discomfort. We have to get used to that.
Oh, that's so tight now.
Stillness. And 3, the third tenet, you must hold it for time. Missy, I miss you. And it's when you are so close to giving up in your life, in any aspect, when you must not give up. And you take, as my friend and mentor Roman says, coming out of the pose off that table. Like, what the hell does that mean, coming out of the pose? I mean, that means coming out of the relationship. It means coming out of that workplace. It means giving up on your life. Oh, forget it. I don't have to give up those drugs. That just feels too good. I don't have to give up the alcohol. I don't have to give up the cheese. I don't have to, give up the alcohol. It's taking those things off the table and committing that we as a culture, as a society, as a town, as a yoga community, that we have this strength, that we will rise up. Just like the day starts, just like you're rising up to the top of the wave, even with your aches, even with your pains, you're going to rise up unafraid.
You might want to plug that in.
I'm good.
The batteries was low when we started.
Okay, I'll do it. You guys, make your way out of this shape now. Good job, everybody. You did it. Sorry if I'm going too fast. You're going to come out of this shape and take the next 5 or 10 breaths. And you have free time. You can do whatever you want. I know what you're going to do, Missy. You're going to do something crazy. I know. You guys, spend the next 5 or 10 breaths doing whatever you want that calls to your body. I love this supported bridge or candlestick like Charles is doing. I love this. But whatever feels good to you, whatever you think you really need before you close your practice. And we do Shavasana. And you guys, go ahead and make your way into your final reward. Your final reward, friends. Shavasana. In Shavasana, it's traditional Shavasana. Your legs are separated, your arms are by your side, palms are up, and really no part in your body is touching each other. And my friends, you take rest. You take rest. You just take rest. Let your body just sink a little bit deeper into the earth and be supported by her. Maybe lick your lips. And take a nice deep community breath. Let's do it together. In through your nose and out through your mouth. And again, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. And just bring a little movement back into your fingers and your toes. A little bit of awareness back into this beautiful space. It's always good to meditate in the same space. And then you create this energy all around you. And when you come back to that space, it becomes easier. Maybe you want to reach above. And stretch out. Bring your arms maybe above your head. Eventually coming over on to your favorite side. Back into a fetal position. From corpse pose to fetal, representing rebirth. You can even rest your head into the cradle of your hands or your arms if you like. Just taking a moment and remembering that time or 2 or 3 or 10 that you found the strength so deep inside you. It's there. Helping yourself all the way up to easy pose, crisscrossing your legs. And just join us for 3 ohms together as we seal our practice. Bringing your arms to heart center. We're going to just take a community breath at first, breathing in through your nose, ha, out through your mouth. And our first AUM inhale. Last one, make it your best. Just bring your hands to Pure Yin Mudra, your forefinger and thumbs onto your knees. You can be as fast as you want to be. You can be as young as, you can be young enough, you can be old enough, you can be smart enough. As a matter of fact, you're just enough the way that you are. Life is tough. But the truth is, you guys, we are tough. From me to you, from us to you. Namaste.
Thank you guys so much for joining us this evening, Charles. Good job.